Before they became missing persons, they were mothers, they were daughters, they were sisters, they were friends, they were deeply loved. For every family still searching, for every name that deserves to be remembered, for every story that deserves to be told, this is their stories to tell. November 4th, 2014. 44-year-old Diane Cassandra Fields was last known to be alive at her home on Celia Drive in East Dublin, Georgia. 2 days later, on November 6th, she was reported missing. According to investigators, Diane's fiancé left for work while she remained home because she wasn't feeling well. When he returned later that day, he told investigators he found the back door kicked in. A kitchen knife was lying in the hallway. One bedroom appeared to have been ransacked. Diane was gone. What made the scene even more concerning was what had been left behind. Her purse, her personal belongings, and other everyday items remained inside the home. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation quickly joined the investigation. After processing the scene, investigators publicly stated that foul play was suspected. However, they have never released what evidence led them to that conclusion. As the investigation continued, Diane's family refused to give up hope. Her brother Eddie Fields returned home to help search for his sister. He distributed missing person flyers throughout the community and publicly offered a $5,000 reward for information that could help bring Diane home. In interviews, Eddie has spoken openly about the pain of not knowing what happened to his sister. He has said his family simply wants answers and has never stopped hoping someone will come forward with information. Over the years, investigators have followed leads, conducted interviews, and continued asking the public for help. But despite those efforts, no arrests have been announced, no suspects have been publicly identified, and Diane has never been found. More than a decade has passed since Diane Cassandra Fields disappeared from her East Dublin home. She remains listed as a missing person by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Her family continues searching for answers, still hoping that one day they will finally learn what happened. June 28, 2001. 37-year-old Altomease Sallet finished her shift at Katie Bag Company in Pearson, Georgia. At approximately 11 p.m., she left work wearing a blue short-sleeved flowered shirt and blue jeans. She was never seen again. 4 days later, on July 2, 2001, investigators located her vehicle abandoned on the shoulder of Highway 64 in Atkinson County. The vehicle was found north of Pearson, facing away from town. The driver's window was rolled down. The keys were still inside, and there was still gasoline in the vehicle, but Altomease was nowhere to be found. As the investigation continued, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation determined that foul play was suspected in her disappearance. However, investigators have never publicly disclosed what happened after Altomease left work that night. Over the years, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation has continued asking the public for information, hoping someone knows what happened to Altomease after she left work that evening. More than 2 decades have passed, yet no arrests have been announced, no suspects have been publicly identified, and Altomease Sallet has never been found. Today, her disappearance remains an active cold case. Her family is still waiting for answers. June 8th, 1991. 30-year-old Janice Hughes was last heard from in Macon, Georgia. At approximately 1 a.m., she called her mother to say she was on her way to visit. She never arrived. Janice was reported missing 2 weeks later. She left behind 5 young daughters, who were living with an aunt in Brunswick, Georgia at the time of her disappearance. Investigators learned that Janice's live-in boyfriend was the last known person to see her. He told authorities he last saw her around 10 p.m. on June 7th. According to his account, Janice asked him for $10 before she left. She also took his gun, something he said he did not realize until later. The firearm was eventually recovered at another residence. Investigators also learned that Janice and her boyfriend had a history of domestic violence. Her mother believed he was involved in her disappearance. However, he was never publicly named as a suspect, and no one has ever been charged in connection with Janice's case. Authorities have also explored whether Janice's disappearance could be connected to a serial offender operating in central Georgia, but no connection has ever been confirmed. More than 3 decades have passed, yet Janice Hughes has never been found. Her disappearance remains unsolved, and her family is still waiting for answers. For Courtney Graham's family, silence was the first sign that something was wrong. Although Courtney struggled with addiction, her mother says she always found a way to call home. She always checked in. When those calls suddenly stopped, her family knew something wasn't right. 30-year-old Courtney Graham was last seen on October 7, 2019, after leaving the home she shared with her mother in Moultrie, Georgia. She was headed to work. She left behind her personal belongings. She never returned. As the days passed, Courtney's family searched for answers. When they were unable to reach her, they reported her missing on October 16, 2019. Determined to keep her daughter's name in the public eye, Courtney's mother, Dorothy Graham McIntyre, has spent years speaking with investigators, participating in interviews, and pleading for anyone with information to come forward. She has said that despite Courtney's struggles, disappearing without contacting her family was completely out of character. As the investigation continued, law enforcement followed leads, conducted interviews, and continued searching for answers. A reward was later offered in hopes that someone would provide the information needed to move the case forward. Years have passed, yet no arrests have been announced. Courtney Graham has never been found. Her disappearance remains unsolved, and her family continues to hope that one day they will finally learn what happened. For Keora Lawson's family, every day without answers is another day without a daughter, a sister, and a mother. Keora, who was known to loved ones as Kiki, was just 22 years old. She was the mother of a 1-year-old son, and her family says there is no way she would have willingly abandoned him. On May 1st, 2021, Keora was captured on surveillance video at It's Fashion in Fitzgerald, Georgia. After leaving the store, she was dropped off at a home she frequently visited. At some point, she left the residence on foot without telling anyone where she was going. She has never been seen again. Her family reported her missing on May 14, 2021. They said it was completely out of character for Keora to go so long without contacting them. Even when she was away, she always checked in. Investigators face immediate challenges. Keora did not have a cellular phone or any credit or debit cards, making it difficult to trace her movements. Over the years, investigators have followed countless leads, conducted searches, and worked alongside the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Authorities have publicly stated that there have been multiple persons of interest in the case, including one who is now deceased. However, no arrests have been made, and no one has been charged in connection with Keora's disappearance. More than 5 years have passed, yet Keora Lawson has never been found. Her disappearance remains unsolved, and her family continues searching for the answers they have waited far too long to receive. 5 women, 5 families, 5 disappearances that continue to leave unanswered questions across the state of Georgia. Although years have passed, their loved ones continue searching, continue hoping, and continue waiting for the day they finally receive answers. These women may have vanished from the headlines, but they should never be forgotten. If you found this documentary meaningful, please consider sharing it. Someone, somewhere, may know the one detail that changes everything. Until next time, keep saying their names and keep sharing their stories.